David Bennett.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And, well, how do you compete after that last speech, which was really Thursday afternoonitis for Mr. Trevor Mallard, that really needs to take a break, I think, and come back at a different stage. Everybody in the House left with the lack of decorum in that last speech from that member. But he did ask one question, and I want to give him one answer to the one. What was that? Well, one question he did say that, and an answer to that is that a non-deposit bank taker does include those people that take deposits outside their electorate office when they're selling items on the street. So just for his clarity, you would be covered by this bill, Mr. Mallard. So just for your own purposes, this is something that is important for you as a member. But it's important that we actually look at the nature of why this bill is actually here. And many New Zealanders over the last few years have really felt the impact of the world recession and the financial crisis through the loss of money through finance companies and alike. That's second-tier debt, you could say, where people take more risk on the debt and they expect a higher return, has found itself out to be a very delicate and bad investment for many people. And anybody in their electorate office would have seen many sad stories where people, especially later in life, have invested their whole life savings and lost that, and even sometimes have borrowed to put into finance companies and alike. And you know, we can't protect people from making some mistakes. You know, the nature of government and the world, and especially in finance, is that you make some choices, you take some risks, and every risk has a reward, and the higher the risk, the higher the reward. And many people forgot that. And the financial crisis was a wake-up call and really brought back to home that there's nothing out there for free. And if you think you're going to get a higher return by just investing passively, well, you've got to take that risk with it. And so we've had to make some big changes. And these changes won't solve all the situations. And don't expect government to solve all the situations. I think that's the message for everybody in the second-tier debt market. We aren't there as a government, and nor can this Parliament protect on all circumstances, because whatever rules we make, there will be an incentive in the market to provide other instruments that get around these rules. And that's just the nature of it. And that will always happen. But what we can do is close up those gaps when we see them. And it's very sad when the New Zealand First Party comes in here and abuses this Parliament around this issue. Because the Labour Party, when they were previously in government, started the process of trying to deal with this situation. The National Party took that over and tried to deal with that process as well. It's all right to come in here and say you're lily-white and had nothing to do with it, but that's not how it works. You know, we can't tell the future, nobody ever can, and it's a matter of dealing with those situations as they arise. This is a good bill in that it promotes some new reforms in this area to give some confidence and some comfort to investors. It will not change everything. It will not solve all the problems. The big lessons for all New Zealanders is that you take a risk on some investments, and that the government and this Parliament can't deny that risk or take that away. But what we can do is work towards being as constructive as possible in reducing that risk so that we give investors the most protection that is possible. This bill does that. It goes in some way to achieving that. That is good for our people. It is something that we need to also mix and match with good education and awareness of the dangers of investment as well. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Dr. David Clark.